it's Matt Cutts. Hey, Matt. That was my uncle. He used to, he'd come over to our house to like visit one time a year, and he'd say, hey guys, hey Matt, how's soccer, how's school, great. And then he'd never talk to you again for the rest of the night. Matt Cutts is the head of Google's web spam team. He's basically the man. When you hear people refer to the man, that's Matt Cutts. So he's basically like the guy who tells you what to do and what not to do when it comes to coming up in the search results. So he does these videos all the time where he talks about different things that are no longer so great anymore. And one of them is article directories. These used to be really popular back in the day for getting links. Here he's going to talk about how to go about article directories now. And then when he's done speaking, I'm going to show you some sites that aren't necessarily article directories, although I kind of lump them in the same category. They might be referred to as blog aggregators. And these are sites that basically just pull in articles from blogs that have submitted themselves to the sites. One of them is called family-friendly websites, and another one is called Alltop. But I'll let Matt speak now.
Today's question comes from India. Deepika asks, links from relevant content in article directories, is that seen as good or bad? For example, I link my beauty website from a cosmetic surgery article on, say, eZine. Would you do that? So I think over time, article directories have gotten a little bit of a worse name. So just to refresh everybody's memory, an article directory is basically where you write 300, 400, 500 words of content, and then you'll include a little bio or some information about you at the bottom of the article, and you might have, say, 3 links with keyword-rich anchor text at the bottom of that article. And then you'd submit that to a bunch of what are known as article directories, which then anybody can download, or maybe they pay to download them, and they'll use them on your own website, on their own website. And the theory behind that is that if somebody finds it useful and puts it on their web page, then you might get a few links. Now, in practice, what we've seen is this often tends to be a little bit of lower quality stuff. And in fact, we've seen more and more instances where you end up with really kind of spammy content getting sprayed and syndicated all over the entire web. So in my particular opinion, article directories and just trying to write one article and just syndicating it wildly, or just uploading it to every site in the world and hoping that everybody else will download it and use it on their website, I wouldn't necessarily count on that being effective. We certainly have some algorithmic things that would mean that it's probably a little less likely to be successful now compared to a few years ago, for example. So my personal recommendation would be probably not to upload an article like that.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you coming in. Lunch tomorrow? Sounds good. So that being said, one site that is still good for submitting articles, or what you might call a blog aggregator, is a site called Family Friendly Sites, familyfriendlysites.com. So you're going to click Add Your Site. And one of the reasons it's good is because they have a review process. They don't just accept everybody, which is the situation with a lot of these blog aggregators. They used to do this for free. Unfortunately, they get a lot of requests, so they've charged or started charging now. So they have the yearly subscription, the one-time fee. I'd recommend the one-time fee, $50 instead of paying $20 a year. Now, in order to submit your site to family-friendly sites, you'll have to have a family and you'll have to be friendly. But if you don't have any of those qualities, you can use this site called alltop.com, and this actually has a higher domain authority than family-friendly sites does. So when you get to the home page, you'll see along the top here different categories, and depending on what your blog or business is about, you would want to find the one that best fits you. So let's say we had a blog that had to do with people, for example, and maybe it was on celebrities. So once you find your category, you want to scroll to the bottom and click Submissions. Now you're going to have to create an account for this. It's just an email confirmation. It's free. And you would just search here for your topic. So we found celebrities before. And then you would enter your blog name, URL, and your RSS feed. You can enter your first and last name if you want to, and then you just click Submit. The site is going to look at your site and see whether it's a good fit for the site. It's not going to approve everybody, and you can see some of the reasons down here that there's a possibility of rejection. But never fear, there are plenty of fish in the sea, as my dad once said after a bad breakup. And if you don't get accepted, she doesn't say yes, you can go back, create more content, become a better person, and submit again.